U.S. lawmakers from both sides of the aisle are clashing after President Biden's warning he could suspend some more military aid to Israel. ABC's Marcus Moore has the latest.
Democratic and Republican lawmakers at odds over a newly released report by the State Department on whether Israel may have violated international law over its use of U.S. weapons in Gaza. That report, ordered by President Biden, says Israel has the knowledge and means to mitigate civilian harm, but a high level of civilian deaths, quote, raises substantial questions about whether the IDF is using them effectively in all cases.
President Biden has said, now you can continue this war against Hamas, but if you're going to use our munitions and continue to have our support, you have to do it in a way that minimizes civilian casualties.
In separate interviews, Senator Chris Coons of Delaware expressed openness to suspending delivery of some of the largest weapons the U.S. sent to Israel if Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu orders a full invasion of Rafah without sufficient protections for civilians living there. But Republican Congressman Mike McCall of Texas claims Biden's warning sent a dangerous signal to enemies and allies by suspending aid.
To say you cannot invade Rafah, we're telling the Israelis, dictating their military strategy. This is the last point, the last step in the completion of their military objective. And for us to step in and say, no, you can't go into Rafah and finish the job, I think it's tantamount to an arms embargo.
The UN says more than 300,000 people have fled Rafah since Israel issued a partial evacuation order and its ground operation began. The IDF emphasizing it is not a full-scale attack, something the U.S. has come out against.
Our operations against Hamas in Rafah remains limited in scope and focus on tactical advances, tactical adjustments, and key military advantages, and have avoided densely populated areas.
The IDF adding it's found several tunnels and killed dozens of Hamas fighters. This as negotiations on a ceasefire and hostage release remain on hold. Marcus Moore, ABC News, Tel Aviv.